What kind of trailers are we looking at today? Today is gonna be kind of a new thing. Someone actually asked if I could do this on YouTube comments. They were saying, V, you always talk about these different roguelikes. We see you play them, but we don't know what you're thinking you might play in the future. Like, how do you find the games? And there's a lot of answers to that, but one of the main ways you can find games is by going over to new and upcoming on Steam. This is my Steam right here. This is Veedotme. Logged in, no money in the bank. Good job, V. Apparently Steam knows exactly what to give me. All I have to do is press the tag button, and then it automatically shows whatever I need it to. And I don't really get to look at trailers, but maybe there's some cool stuff in here. Maybe we watch some Trip in Another World, or maybe a little bit of Conan Chop Chop, which I think this game might have been played a little bit to other people. In terms of what I'm looking at in a roguelike, I do like action. I do like decent graphics. It doesn't have to be the prettiest game. Vampire Survivors is kind of proof of that. But I want it to actually look like the devs tried. Not to be toxic, but you know how it goes. When a game is like $15 and it looks like Unity assets with a little bit of pre-made mechanics in it, then perhaps that's not something we want. So the first one here, Nightmare Reaper, releases March 28th. All right, so Nightmare Reaper. Progress through cursed depths of a nightmare while finding an arsenal of powerful weapons and improving your abilities along the way. Sounds like a roguelike to me. A retro-inspired FPS looter shooter with roguelike elements. Let's take a look at this one. Sound? Holy crap, rip ears. All right, little zombie, little manga S. Okay. Got a little bit of Winter Soldier element to it. Almost reminds me of the Blood Rain game, the remake. Or not remaster, reimagined. Where'd she get the gun? Carrie? Okay. Now after seeing that, you wonder like, okay, what's the game? So you have like the femme main character, you have zombies, you have the insane asylum, you have guns. So what's the game? It's Duke Nukem? Yeah, I said femme. I don't have pronoun commands. I haven't gotten a good one from some of our buddies. A lot of weapons. Wait, the katana? Wait, how many weapons are in this game? You know, not gonna lie, it actually has a lot of stuff. Remember I said like devs not actually trying? Like this is more than just Unity assets, I can say that much. I don't know what the roguelite element is though. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say I actually played a lot of Duke Nukem in my day. It like stopped right after middle school, and I don't think I ever played another Duke Nukem Doom. What's the other one? Wolfenstein? I don't think I played any other of those kind of games. Not to say that I don't like them, but I think at that point I was playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and stuff like that. And like they weren't making these at the time. I also didn't have a PC, so I only had the console. But there's a lot of weapons. It looks like it's probably fun. I don't know where the roguelike piece comes in. I know they said that there's a lot of different modifiers to your weapons. Maybe this is like a route. This almost looks like Mario World on Super Nintendo. And like if they did that on purpose, that's hilarious to me. I don't know if you call this like, were we robbed by the trailer? Like when you watch the trailer, is this what you think of when you see it? And like, I don't think the Doom and Wolfenstein trailers do that. I think like back in the day, the trailers were this also. Which I mean, again, I'm all for it. Good job on the art direction. But I gotta say, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. 100%. Dead Cells, for example, a roguelite because it has that procedural generation, all that stuff. But because the character is stronger whenever you play again, it puts in like the light genre compared to the like genre where supposedly the runs are kind of all the same at base value. A lot of things like maybe Rogue Tower is the best example, where sure you might get unlocks, but every time you start up this game, I think you start off at like a set base value. You're not stronger the next time you play. And I guess I could be wrong because I've never played Rogue Tower. But in here, what was one I saw? Orbital Bullet. We didn't actually get to play this, but I don't know if I ever watched a trailer of it either. Let's take a quick look. It's one of those games that come across the desk. Full release trailer. That's right. They hit 1.0. See, now compare this to the last one that we saw graphically, and like assume that you might be, not to say scammed is the right word, but you kind of see exactly what it's gonna look like. I don't know if I've seen a game where it's on a big circle. Okay, big tree. Oh, so it looks like it is on a tower. So it's not that you're just going around and around and around and just stuff respawns. It looks like there is a top to it. Flotation. Yeah, what would a boss look like in this game? Is the boss chasing you around the circle or is the boss in the center? Oh, that one's kind of cool. I wonder how you hit it. And like, I'm sure there's people who have maybe played this since it is out. There's a little bit of both. That's kind of clean. Hang on. Yeah, so like something like this where the boss is in the center. Maybe there's like a hitbox right here. But maybe it goes invulnerable, so you have to go all the way around, jumping over stuff, and then attack it from this side. That's kind of fun. Again, I was gonna play this, but it's still in the works, I think. Maybe it'll come up. Graphically, again, it's not a... The only thing I can think of for a game like this is BPM. But yeah, like, whenever I see a game like this where it's running and gunning, I think of BPM. But I don't know if it's fair to base other games off BPM because that game looks really good. And I say that this doesn't look good because it does. I just have BPM on the brain. That one wasn't half bad though. That was kind of decent, I think. Oh, this is one that I think I've seen people playing. And it's like Vampire Survivors, except it's not. And maybe people like that. It's cleaner than Vampire Survivors, I'll say that much. Again, no offense to Vamp Survivors, but sometimes just the pixel vomit on the screen. Okay, you could say that this is pixel vomit. It's the exact same thing, and I will not disagree with that. But in Vamp, it's a little different because it's also like retro sprites. This is more like Geometry Wars, except all over your screen. How in the world is it killing stuff? Bosses, a little bit of Nova Drift. Oh, look at the mouse action. That's not me. That's somebody else taking the wheel. So this game, I don't know. I think it looks slightly better than Vampire Survivors, but maybe it's like not as cool to look at. Because like this right here, in Vampire Survivors, what you would have is pixels on pixels. Like a rainbow of vomit on the screen. And like everything is just either dying or you're gonna die. But in this game, it's like you have numbers over here and then enemies over there. And those enemies will soon turn into numbers when they approach. And I guess that's not as cool as like 5 books plus lightning on the screen plus like a boomerang bouncing around plus like 2 birds shooting downward. But Vamp does not have bosses. And a matter of fact, like I kind of like that in regards to Nova Drift. Like out of all these games, I actually think, and maybe Nova Drift doesn't really count as one of these like you're the bullet hell game, but I think it can. I think my only real issue with Nova Drift is the fact that it has screen wrap. But still, I don't think anyone's beaten this version of the game for me.